on to our second planter in the series, and this is the planter that's going to flank the entrance to our house. I'm Heidi, and this is Rod from Garden Crossings, and today we're going to show you how to plant up a container combination that is for a full sun area. A lot of the plants we're using are new varieties for 2024 from Proven Winners. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got going for this planter. So the first plant we're using actually was a new introduction last year, and this is the Queen Tut Grass. This is going to be the thriller, or yeah, the plant that just kind of really is a centerpiece. And Queen Tut doesn't really get super tall, and I like it because it's just kind of like little sprays of little tufts of grass, not super dense and heavy like Prince Tut, which I also love, but I'm just looking for something that's a little bit more of an airy type feel. We're going to go ahead and plant some Super Bells and Nemesia, James Britannia, and Supertunia is in this planter. Getting a little bit more soil. We had these all pre-filled last night, but we want to add more soil in. Just didn't know how much you needed, did you?
Oh, I knew exactly how much I needed. I just wanted to add some more today.
Oh, nice.
Special.
All right, so the first plant he has there is the new Supertunia. This is the Saffron Finch Supertunia, and it is an excellent bright, bold yellow color. I love how it looks with these blue AquaPots. And you've got just one of that one, so yeah, maybe put it in the front.
So again, this is my front of my pot.
Yep, where your little AquaPot.
My film this time is in the back.
Right, that makes sense for
where it's going to go.
Yep. Next, you've got the Super Bells Pink Improve. Better habit, more flowers. And I even think the pink color is a little bit more bold as well. It has kind of a sheen to it.
And even the pink didn't even have to be improved in my opinion, but it's a pretty nice plant. So
yeah. And then we're going to do two of the Nemesia. These are the Nemesia Coconut. So these also have been improved. And the thing I'm noticing, like, I feel like it has a better habit, more upright, and a lot more flowers than the old variety of Nemesia Coconut. So you've got two of those, so you probably want to go either side of the pot.
Yeah. So this is supposed to go next to the yellow.
Yeah. That's also Super Bells Improved Blue.
And this one needed to be improved, and it has definitely been improved. The other one would have been all laggy,
kind of
stringy.
Yeah, sometimes you see improvements and they're just subtle, and other times they're like definitive, like they did a good job with the improvement. Another Nemesia Coconut. I think the flowers even seem a little bit bigger on that too. What do you think so? Or is that just me imagining?
No, maybe not. I think
so.
Maybe
The Nemesia Aromance Mulberry we did in here last year, which was a new variety for this year, did amazing. Like
there's nothing that compares to that plant.
That
Nemesia
yeah, that
hopefully this is similar to that, but
yeah.
If you get your hands on Mulberry, wow.
Yeah. Next, you've got the new Super Bells. That's a double, and that one is the double smitten pink. So it's got like the lighter pink edges and then more the rosy pink centers. And that one seems to have a pretty good habit too.
And I'm changing
like,
this
kind of nice and full.
I'm putting the double next to the
purple.
Blue, or the purple, blue.
Or blue, yeah. Blue, purple, kind of the same.
Because I feel like I'm going to have to have one more plant here too, so I'm going to try to find something to put next to the pink. It might be another purple.
What if we put that big leaf vine in here? Would that be cool?
I mean, it's fine, but it's going to be off to one side then. And remember, symmetrical.
Well, and that's the James Britannia Dusk. And that seems like a really nice James Britannia too. Like really big flowers, feels bigger than the others, and it feels like it has a little bit more substance to it than the others.
What do we got in another double? Since I have a double here that's pink, instead of using the same one, there's a couple more doubles out there, right?
That antique, I think it's antique rose, or vintage coral.
We're going to steal this
or
one?
Or the white.
Which one's this one?
That's a vintage coral, but set it there, but I don't. I don't know. It doesn't really feel, I mean, we can go with we don't have to go with a new plant. We can just do something we have too. Or if we do the big leaf vine.
Come walk with us.
Well, let's just see.
Well, we're right here.
So if we use the big leaf vine and put it here, like this is where the sidewalk is. Like if we did them both like on the sidewalk side. What do you think about that?
You try it.
Just kind of a nice, especially there's not a lot. Well,
hey, are we gonna plant the EcoPot?
What? No, we are not gonna plant the EcoPot.
Well, I mean, I can break it off.
No.
You know, people say it's hard to get out of the pot.
It is hard to get those plants out of the pot. I mean, the EcoPot's a great concept, but
we were just talking about that this morning. If the EcoPot really added difference to our growing environment this year. And it's hard to tell with the weather we've had, but I think I kind of like it.
Like growing in it?
And growing in it. I don't think I'd plant in it.
No.
Or plant it in the ground.
No, we would not recommend planting it in the ground. I mean, you can do it. It's definitely doable, but to me, it's just as easy to remove the plant and plant the plant in your container and just do it that way. Personal preference, but that's kind of our preference. Yeah, so that'll just kind of like give that wispy feel on the edge.
And if you don't like it, we'll trim it up.
Right. Yeah, if it gets too big. So one thing with this plant, the saffron finch, it seems like it's going to be a pretty aggressive Supertunia, don't you think?
I do. Do you want me to pinch it?
That's what I'm wondering. So we're not afraid to take the flowers off. I mean, we know we're going to sacrifice that yellow color right now, but we're going to pinch it back a bit because I'd rather have a nice full plant with lots of flowers than a stringy petunia that looks ugly. So we might even go in that AquaPot we already planted up and just nip those back a little bit too, just to fill them up. Like the Bordeaux or the
Bermuda Beach.
Bordeaux, Bermuda Beach, just nip that back a little bit. So I mean, some of you are cringing right now because we're getting rid of essentially most of the flowers, but we know by doing this it's just going to create a nicer, fuller plant with a better habit. If you haven't watched the video already of us putting this one together, you can reference back. We posted that one a day or so ago. Yeah, that'll be better. So this plant is going to go in a full sun location. It's westward facing, so it'll have sun from probably about noon until the end of the day. What we'll do is we're going to go ahead and saturate it and water it from the top down. That way all the soil is fully moistened. So we'll do that probably the first 2 waterings or so. And then we'll fill this AquaPot up through the fill tube. When we do that first top down watering though, we're going to put some slow release fertilizer on it. And that will just kind of be like a little bit of a background fertilizer. And then every time you water it, you'll put some of the water soluble scooped in to the water reservoir. So this planter, it's a little bit smaller, but typically we can go about 5 to 7 days between watering. There's a cypress grass, which is a little bit more of a thirstier plant, so we may find we need to fill it more often. And then, yeah, this time of year compared to later in the summer,
you'll water it more often later in the summer when it's more root bound.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, you really can't overwater an AquaPot because if you do put extra water in, there is a drain hole that any extra water will leak out of that hole so that it doesn't get basically soupy. So we love that. Soupy, yeah. We love the AquaPots because, yeah, we can walk away from them for a few days and not have to worry about constantly being out there watering them after we've been at the greenhouse all day. So thanks for watching. I'm Heidi.
And Rod.
From Garden Crossings.